And away we go. And away we go. And away we go. How's it going, guys? Whew. Guys. Mm. I mean, I can't say what I want to say if nobody answers. Hello? Why is no one talking to me? Sag. No, I'm alive. I'm just waiting for anyone to actually, you know. I felt like my attached is a bot. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Or maybe people just don't want to talk to me. That's fine too. I understand that very well. No, I just wanted to give a couple of updates, on my progress, my journey, and what's happening and whatnot. Because I can't really stream anything from here. It's all just the same, pretty much. It's okay. I'll wait. Somebody will say something soon. What am I doing? I'm like, as I said, I'm just waiting, chilling a bit, and then hopefully, I mean, that's just for people that actually care about my, you know, little training arc. Because I don't know if you know, but I've been here in Australia for like 3 weeks now. I'm just learning how to fly, and yeah, it's coming to an end. I'm flying back on Monday, I believe. Yeah, I took flight lessons. I think how many flying hours do I have right now? Like 20, 24, around there. Dude, that was fucked. Like, so I don't know if you guys heard, but I had this like emergency, right? Where my windscreen broke. So my windscreen broke, and we had to do like an emergency landing. And after that, the plane was basically not serviceable anymore. So I had to get another plane, right? So I got another plane, and on the other plane, there's something that's called a rudder lock. Like the rudder is the back part of the plane that goes like right or left, that tilts it right or left. And yeah, so I did my usual walk around. I inspected everything. Yeah, okay, looks good. Fuel looks good. Oil looks good. No damage to the aircraft. All right, let's go. I didn't actually really think about that there's something new on this aircraft because I only had the other aircraft before. I didn't have that. So I was like, all right, cool. And my instructor didn't double check. So yeah, we go. We're almost in front of the runway, and I'm about to take off. And then this aircraft behind me is like going, hey, Oscar Zulu Yankee, you still have your rudder lock in, bro. I was like, oh shit. Because if he didn't tell us that and we take off with the rudder lock on, we're literally dead. It's not a landing gear. That's the thing. Like, okay, just real quick TLDR, quick physics lesson. Nothing complicated. Here. So, if you put full power, the aircraft is going to go to the left because the propeller. Okay, the propeller has more power, so it kind of swings the aircraft this way. Now imagine this part of the steering is blocked, right? It just goes, and to counteract that, usually you input right rudder to keep it straight, right? Like you input right rudder here, and then it goes like very straight. So if that's locked, you just go, Literally into the trees, man, off the runway. I don't know where. Into some buildings, maybe. We would have been so fucked. Like, we would actually just die. It would be so that. That would be the death. Any GoPro recordings? No. No. I wanna keep those for when I start flying solo. If I start flying solo. When am I gonna start flying solo? Probably if everything goes well tomorrow on Thursday. Either Thursday or tomorrow evening. How can the instructor forget to double check? Because he was rushing, man. He was rushing like mad. He was like, "Oh, I have to go in an hour. Go, 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 go." So I'm like, "Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck." And if you rush, dude, there's literally, I'm not gonna lie, literally like at least 100 things you need to check before you fly. You check the engine, you check for damages, you check the movement of all the flight controls. Like, you check everything, right? And it usually takes like 20 minutes or so. But he was like, ah, go, 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 go. I was like, all right, go, 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 go. How much are the lessons? I think one lesson is like $400. It's not cheap for sure. It is not cheap. Yep, yep, that's right. It is insane. But yeah, overall, I won't be able to get my license, unfortunately, because I lost 1 week of training when the aircraft was grounded due to the accident. I had such a perfect time plan, honestly, man. I planned everything so perfectly, but then this stupid accident happened, or incident happened. It's so unlikely, okay? What happened to me is so unlikely, there isn't even a procedure for it. You know, everything has a procedure in aviation, but a cracked windscreen does not have a procedure because it's so unlikely. I'm actually cursed. Like, I'm literally cursed. The most random shit always happens to me for no reason. Why don't you stop playing hard? It's not like I can do anything, man. Can I sit down to get it? No, I cannot. My Airbnb is booked until the 22nd. And I have an interview on the 23rd. Well, that's the thing. I have to be back in Singapore on the 23rd because I have an interview. It's just dumb, man. Oh yeah, I mean, the good news is I passed the theory test, no problem. Bro, 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 bro. So I passed the theory, right? But I take back that there was no problem. Can't I postpone my interview? No, it's literally just one day. They said, come on this day or you're out. Literally, that's what the message said. I was like, okay, I'll be there. I'll be there. Yeah, cause it's like they're booking like a venue for one day, and everybody has to come there. That's right. But you know my theory test, bro? No, SIA was super professional, dude. Like, okay, here's the scenario, right? What happened? I I mean, I'm also kind of a ninja, honestly. So I checked my job portal pretty regularly, right? Every couple of days. And I noticed it suddenly said 11th of April. Like it said in progress 11th of April. I was like, huh, that's strange. I wasn't there before. So they actually tried to call me, but because I'm in Australia, they couldn't get through to my number. So I called them from my Australian number, and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know if this is what happened, but I think you tried to contact me, and I couldn't receive the call because I'm overseas. I just want to make sure that you know what's happening. And they're like, oh wow, interesting. Like, how did you know that we actually tried to call you? And I was like, that's right. How did I know? I'm Sherlock Holmesing it all up, dude. And she was like super impressed that I figured out that they tried to call me. That was super funny, dude. Yeah, that was great. No, SAA is super good, very professional. But yeah, flight training has been good. I'm getting quite comfortable landing now. Uh, I learned like the last skill today. Dude, I don't even know what to say. Like, if they didn't try to call me, that would be just purely embarrassing, you know? I mean, I had a decent reason to believe that they did call me. That's why I contacted them, right? But if they didn't call me, they would have been so embarrassing. I don't even know what to say at that point. It's like, we actually didn't try to call you. And I'm like, well, now you know that I'm not there. So if you want to call me, write me an email instead. Ah! What is the timeline for cadet to full pilot? 18 months, roughly. 18 months to 2 years. I think it's important, though, you know? Because even if they didn't contact you yet, but they plan to contact you down the line, if you don't tell them, then what are you going to do? And it turned out that they did try to call me, so I looked like a genius. And I was like, yep, I'm sure you want to have a genius like this in your airline. Yeah, it's been going well. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, my instructor is like, I mean, he's very strict, which is good, but like how do I explain that? Like, let's say in the flight test, you have that much tolerance, right? Like, there's basically a published value of how big the tolerance is. So let's say this is the tolerance, right, in the actual flight test. If you're not within this tolerance when you fly with him, he's like, "Whoa, are we doing this? You're doing this." I'm like, "Bro, relax. Give me some time to correct it, man. I'm within tolerance. Relax, bro." I'm like, I'm trying, okay? It's like I can't fly pinpoint accurate yet. And he's just like going ham on my ass. I mean, it's good ultimately to learn from it, but how to say, like I mean, he's not giving me enough room to make mistakes, if that makes sense. Like, if you're always gonna correct when I'm doing something without giving me the time to correct what I'm doing, then it's very hard for me to actually get that precision ultimately. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense. Oh yeah, yeah, the air is super safe, dude. You can like the air is way safer than the ground. Let me just put it that way, man. You have so much more time up there. Sometimes, of course, it's a bit tighter than other times. Like, for example, if the tower asks you to maintain a certain height, then you have to maintain that height. Now, if they say 1500, then you go 1500. Simple as that. But when you're out and about by yourself, you can go from 1000 to like 4900, and you can do whatever you want up there. And of course, the higher you are, the more time you have. Yeah, I think things are going pretty well. I hope I get my solos soon. Then I can record some of my solos, hopefully as well. And then if I'm still around to tell the tale, I'll let you guys watch it. And if I'm not around to tell the tale, well, then you know what happened. Keck W. No, I'm never like I personally am never forgetting that lock again. That's the thing. Like the the bigger the mistake is, the more you learn, you know? So I'm literally checking every flight for that thing like twice now. Once at the start of the flight, and once at the end of the flight inspection, and once at the end of the flight inspection to make sure 100% it's gone. Oh yeah, that's the latest news, guys. So as I said, tomorrow hopefully I get my solo check done. Then when the solo check is done, then I can fly solo. And then from there, I guess we'll see what happens. I definitely, as I said, can't finish my license, unfortunately. I might fly back and finish the license at some point, because I already finished the theory exam. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that does. Oh man, the sun here is brutal though. Such a strong sun. Ah. But yeah, it's cool. Hopefully this helps me get into an airline program. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. But now I have to start preparing for the other tests and interviews. Huh. I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about everything, to be honest, because I just visited the flight school where I would be going if I get accepted into the program in person today. because they're just down the road. And they said, well, one of the guys was friendly enough to give me a little tour on the premises, around the premises. And he said he doesn't know of a single PR that's part of the program. Apparently, everybody is a citizen. There's not a single PR, which means what? It means trouble. It's okay. I'm known for breaking barriers. So I'm sure we'll work out just fine. Yeah, maybe, but if you hear that it's like there's literally no one that's a PR in the program, it's quite disheartening because like no one is very little. No one is literally zero, and that's a problem potentially. I also think that PRs usually wouldn't be in a position to go for it because they have other jobs and stuff to work. But yeah, it's just a little discouraging. It could also be that there is just very few PRs. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you don't know anything, right? That's the problem. Like I don't know anything. I don't know about the percentages. I don't know about possibilities. I just know nothing. I mean, I know it's open for PRs, so in theory there should be a chance, but I don't know if that chance is automatically lowered just by you not being a citizen, or if you and the citizen have an equal chance. Like, for example, let's say I have flight experience now, right? So there's a citizen and me. Just imagine a perfect duplicate of me, but he's a Singapore citizen. Okay, but I have flight experience and he doesn't. Are they going to take me in, although I'm a PR, or are they going to take him in because he's a citizen? If they had to choose between the two of us. Now, if everything is even, obviously they should take me as a PR because I have flight experience and the other guy doesn't. But if being a PR matters a lot, then they might still take him over me, despite having experience. So. But I don't know. That's what makes it so scary. I just don't know. I hate that in life, like not knowing things. I'm a guy, I work a lot with numbers and with like predictability and stuff. If things are unpredictable, I don't work well in that environment. I think that's why I enjoy flying so much. Flying is very predictable. Like almost everything that happens for a logical reason. Hmm. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It shouldn't be the workers this like at the worker's discretion. It should be a company policy, and if that worker goes against the company policy, then obviously that's wrong. But that's the thing. I don't even know the company policy. It could just be literally that the company says, okay, if you're a citizen, you have an X% higher chance to get hired than if you're a PR. Especially being a Caucasian PR, because I'm a white guy and it's a very Asian airline, right? Singapore Airlines and Scoot, they're both very Asian airlines. So it could be that they don't even want a Caucasian PR, because Caucasian PRs are also quite rare in Singapore. Most of the PRs would also be Asian. So not only am I a PR, but I'm also not Asian. So if they want to streamline everything into sort of like uh, an Asian populace, then you know what can I do? But it would really suck if it was that way because I spent quite a bit of money and time over here just to get an initial experience, an initial advantage. Dude, I did a lot of fucking hard work here, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like the theory exam, first time pass rate is like 25%, and I passed it within like 2 or 3 weeks of studying. Most people take like months for that. Same with the flight hours. The flight hours that I accumulated, usually people accumulate them in like 4 months or so. So I'm really like working very hard, and I'm putting a lot of time into it and a lot of money into it. Uh, so hopefully it just pays off down the line. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I mean, I'm not saying that they do it, but I definitely caught wind of other companies doing it, not in Singapore, but just globally, where the government says you cannot discriminate between PRs and your own citizens because they're both residents of the country, basically. And so to kind of circumvent that fact, they have like an internal policy where they don't outright reject PRs, but they kind of put them in limbo and then just never hire them, you know? But they had a chance because they got to like the final selection or whatever. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Again, I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but I know that happened for a fact many, many times before. Anyway, all the stuff doesn't really matter because whether I worry about it or think about it, nothing is going to change. So I just have to do what I can do. Try to get it done. My exam was really fucked, right? My exam was really messed up. Like both my training website and my instructor said as a certain thing wouldn't be part of the exam. And guess what? What both of them said wouldn't be part of the exam was literally worth like 30% of the score, or more even. So I didn't have tools to calculate crosswind, and I didn't have knowledge to calculate crosswind. And that was brutal, man, because basically if I had all of them wrong, I would have just failed the exam outright. So I was just freestyling. Like I was literally freestyling with my calculator for like 10 minutes on a super easy problem. Like if you have a tool, it literally takes 10 seconds to calculate crosswind. You have like a little circle, you put your wind in, 20 knots, boop. You turn it, it comes from this angle, done. Right? I didn't have that. So I had to freestyle the entire thing, and I still managed to pass somehow. That was fucking brutal, dude. Yeah, local is a very broad term. Not sure if it means citizens or PRs. But I'm very proud of myself that I passed that exam despite getting grief by my instructor and the training website. I was giga prepared for everything. If they hadn't told me not to do it, I would have prepared for that as well, but they literally said it's not going to be part of it. So, yeah, that was shitty. But it's alright. Managed to do it. No problem. Done. Done. Dunzo. Oh yeah, guys. I'm gonna have a couple of interviews in May and April. Hopefully, those are gonna be positive results, and then I'll keep updating you guys on what's happening. I see what's happening. Yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel. Ow, 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 I'm sorry. I'm sorry, headset. Oh my gosh. I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the updates from my side. Just been doing the same thing pretty much every day. Wake up, prepare for flying, fly. Dude, we were caught in the wake turbulence. That probably doesn't mean much to you guys, but basically, when big airplanes fly, they leave behind like a like a wind spiral that kind of like floats outwards, and we got hit by one today. The entire aircraft went like, vroom, vroom, and it was fucking brutal, dude. It was just at takeoff too. It was really quite creepy. Taking off, vroom, vroom, vroom. I was like, okay, let's go. Ah, amazing. There's something very magical about flying, honestly. Like you feel very free. Like just a call, like you're at the holding point and you're like ready for departure and they say cleared for takeoff. Or the best part is when they say line up and wait, and then you just go onto the runway and you just wait. And you're looking down the runway, you're waiting for the radio call, then they say cleared for takeoff, and you're like cleared for takeoff. You go full power, and just the sound, man. And then it's just you and the air, man. You and the air and the sky and the noise of the aircraft and a yapping instructor. You're doing this. You're doing that. It's like, bro, let me enjoy the flight a bit. Uh, it's really fun. And I assume if you had 2 or 3 near-death experiences already in your first month of training and you still want to fly, you probably really want to be, part of it, I guess. Or maybe I'm just some emotionless fucker. That's also very possible. All right. Thanks, guys. There's nothing worse. I'm just imagining right now that you guys are my girlfriend, and I'm telling her like everything about my experiences, and she just like sits there and doesn't answer, and she's just like looking at her phone, and you're like, okay, cool. Let's what I study aeronautics. It's all right, guys. It's all right. I'm it's fine. Which girl? It doesn't matter which girlfriend. I would be very annoyed either way. Like you're giving her your life story, and she's like, "Oh," and she looks at her phone and scrolls Instagram, and you're like, "Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah." No, she doesn't even say it's good for you. She'll just say okay, or the worst answer, mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine there's a phone, they're scrolling, you're telling them like a 5 minute story, and they're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm. And you're like, fuck, man, why am I even talking to you? Bring it to the cockpit. Yeah, boy. Okay, nerds. That's the update from today. I'm going to try to check in one more time before I fly back on the 21st. I don't know the schedule for tomorrow. Anyway, I'll try to check back in when I have more time in the evening again. Basically, anytime I come back before like 5 or 6 p.m., I have time. So I'll let you guys know what's up, what's going on. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm still alive. Things have been going quite well. And yeah, hopefully one day you will hear. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Black speaking. And you guys will be like, yeah, yeah. Ah. And you guys will be like, hell yeah. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you again. Hope my stories were not too boring. And I'll catch you guys all soon. Bye bye. Have a good night. See you. Maybe see you on Sing Stream later if I'm there. Bye bye.